Hey guys, it's me, the Confefe Patriot. If you're new to this channel, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you're watching this video, you're most likely new to this channel since I don't have that many subscribers. If you are a subscriber of mine, let me take this time and opportunity to thank you very much. I appreciate that. And don't forget to leave a like still. That helps get these videos out so we can go ahead and spread that to more people. So today I'm definitely going to talk about what's going on in North America, a little close to home. As many of you know, especially the ones watching my video, that in Ottawa, the truckers are having a lockdown. No, I'm sorry, they're not a lockdown. It's a convoy, but they're locking down the city. Now, by locking down the city, I don't mean that they are trashing it, burning it down, making it so residents can't come and go, making it so the ambulance and the emergency vehicles can't get to where they need to go. It's actually a very controlled lockdown of the city. They have lanes open so those emergency vehicles can get through. They're not destroying any property. I know some of you may see that in the media. There was a statue that was not damaged, but wrongly portrayed, dressed up. And there was people dancing on the unknown soldiers' graves. Guys, those are pretty awful things. I'm not here to tell you they're not. They're disgusting. I don't know if they really happened. I did see the statue used in ways that it shouldn't be, so I guess that one I can say it did happen. The unknown soldier's grave. Don't dance on graves. I was always taught, even as a young person, you don't walk on the graves. You try to avoid where the people will be resting. So, yeah, I don't like that. But guys, if those are the worst stories that they can pull out for 4 days of national capital lockdown, think about that. 4 days, four fingers, that these truckers have been in a national capital, pretty much locking it down. And the two worst stories, though bad, are the soldiers in the unmarked grave being danced on and a statue being wrongfully used. Since then, the convoy has taken it upon themselves to actually police those areas so they may not be disturbed or disrespected, because that hinders the message. So the people that committed the things, were they looking for something? Were they trying to start an agenda? Is everyone there with a righteous cause? Of course not. Crowds, just like cities, they'll attract the bad people because it's easier to hide. That doesn't change the fact whether the protest is good or bad, but it does make it harder to hide if the protesters are behaving in an orderly manner. As we see that, there is no looting, there's no violence of any sort, not even a report of a fist fight happening in this location. Can you think of another time in history when a capital that's been pretty much the capital city that's pretty much been taken control by the people, where there's been no violence? I like to hobby in history, and I can't think of a time. Recent in history, I could tell you for certain there's never been a time. We've seen that in the Middle East where the capitals have been taken over and there's nothing but violence. We've seen it here in our own country, the United States, where Washington, D.C. has been protested to the point of almost a lockdown. And there's been violence, whether that comes from the police or that comes from the protesters. It does not matter, but there's always been violence. Here in Canada, there in Canada, I should say, there's an unprecedented set taking place, something that the world doesn't want you to see. And that's people are getting along. People are fighting. The cops are there, yes. The cops are the first ones to say the protesters has been peaceful. So what do you think that does for the police officers there? You know? It makes their job easy. They have to maintain law and order of a crowd that wants to maintain law and order. I'm glad the police officers are there. You know, they can help out those peaceful protesters weed out the bad apples, and that's what they're doing. Now, people will tell you, well, tow trucks are gonna start bringing people in and towing them out. Come on, let's use our heads just for a second here. Tow truck drivers. You know, the key word in there being drivers and truck. They're not going to cross that line. In a sense, it's like a union. Not the unions that, unfortunately, we're used to today, but the unions of yesteryears, where people are fighting against the higher corporation, because like it or not, guys, I mean, this country is run by corporate. It has been for a very, very long time. Canada, I take that back, the world has been run by corporate. It's not some rabbit hole crazy conspiracy theory anymore. I mean, we can look at it. So you got that, and people aren't going to cross that line. The tow truck drivers are not going to cross that line and tow their brethren that are protesting for a good cause. The police officers are not going to make that arrest when they know they're protesting for a good cause. Now, does that mean all the tow truck drivers support these truckers? No, that's not what that means. But I guarantee you, most of them do, or you would have seen tow trucks in action. Does that mean that every cop supports this convoy? No. But again, I think most of them do, because you're not seeing any arrests made, no attempts to be made, and the cops are being very professional. From what I've seen on YouTube, I'm not there, so I can't tell you firsthand how it really is, but from the videos I see, it's very different than other protests. If you're like me and you've watched the protests last year, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't watch the protests from last year, you're going to think that this is a really bad event when the media covers it, because they're only going to tell you the very worst of it. Whereas in actually 2 summers ago, when we had those major riots, the media would only tell you the very best of it. Now, people that have been following this for a long time, such as myself, can tell you those riots were a lot worse, and it was probably the darkest days in the United States that I remember seeing in my 37 years of life. So there's that, and they want to talk about January 6th. Like, that's a dark day. I'm not saying it was a great day, folks, but, you know, it certainly wasn't the worst day we've seen in the year 2020. Anyways, I really want to reach out to a lot of you, and I want you guys to go ahead and check out these trucker convoys. Check out the videos. Check and see how the people are doing. See how they're going. If any of you are in a position where maybe you can help out and donate, do so. I'm not going to sit here and put on my channel where to go, because I don't want to mislead anyone, and I'm not too positive on that information. So I'm just going to ask you to do that research, look it up, how you can help the truckers in Canada. Another thing that you're not hearing about is a trucker convoy in Australia. I haven't done as much digging on there. I just started looking into that one yesterday, and it seems that even in Australia, they're going ahead and they're starting their own trucker convoy. I'm pretty excited, guys. So this goes back to the whole nothing can stop what's coming. If you look at Canada, that is a prime example of nobody being able to stop it. Nobody. Everyone's trying to. The media is trying to keep it down. This movement is growing. It's globally now. It's a pandemic of truckers. Go imagine that. Pretty soon more countries will be impacted by united people. Guys, it may be a kid's movie, but the movie Ants told us when we were children how this works. There's only a handful of them. There's many of us. Where we go one, we go all. So thanks for watching this video. Remember to leave a comment, like, and please subscribe. Help me grow this YouTube channel so I could stay home for a living and make money by just talking. That has been a dream of mine. Anyways, guys, Covfefe Patriot signing out.